Welcome to today's tutorial where we'll explore an exciting project called PrivateGPT. This project is currently trending as the #1 on GitHub, and it allows you to analyze and ask questions about various types of documents, including text files and PDFs files, and more using a powerful language model. One of the most remarkable aspects of this project is its focus on privacy. You can install it on your local machine since it's completely open source, ensuring that your information remains secure without any need to send data to external sources. Additionally, this means you can use it even without an internet connection. It leverages one of the latest GPT-4All models, delivering impressive results. Before I get started, I quickly want to announce that at the end of the video, I'll include common bugs and other troubles and how to fix those. To get started, let's dive into the installation process. Open your Visual Studio Code and create a new window by clicking on File in the top left corner and selecting New Window. Once the new window is open, toggle the panel by clicking this button in the top right corner. This action will reveal the terminal within Visual Studio Code. Create a folder wherever you like this project to be stored, in my case on the desktop, and go into the properties of this folder and copy the absolute path. Return to Visual Studio Code, open the folder you wish this project to be in, and paste the path of your folder after the changing directory command named cd. In order for cd to work, the name of the folder must not have spaces, otherwise VS Code considers the characters after the space as additional parameters to the cd command. Now let's head over to the GitHub repository for PrivateGPT, which you can find in the description down below, and grab the URL. Simply click on the green code button followed by the copy button to copy the repository's URL. Then clone the repository using git clone followed by the URL you just copied. This command will clone the repository into the folder you just opened. Once the cloning process is complete, navigate into the PrivateGPT folder using the command cd privategpt. Here within Visual Studio Code, we need to install the project's requirements. To do this, execute the command pip install-r requirements.txt in the terminal. Please note that if you've already installed the requirements, this step can be skipped. Next, let's make a small adjustment. On the left side of the screen, locate the file named example.env. Right-click on it, select rename, and change its name to .env only by removing every character to the left of the dot. This file contains the environment variables necessary to run PrivateGPT. Although we won't make any changes now, this is where you can modify settings if desired. Rest assured, we'll be using the default settings for this tutorial. Within the GitHub repository, you'll find one important file called ggml-gpt4all-j-v1.3-groovy.bin. This file needs to be downloaded. Once it finished downloading, create a new folder named models by right-clicking on the left side of the screen, selecting new folder and typing models. Place the downloaded file into the new folder. With the model in place, you can now load the documents you wish to analyze into the source documents folder. Currently, PrivateGPT supports text files, PDF files, CSV files, PowerPoint files, and several more, which you can see in the readme.md file. By default, a file called stateoftheunion.txt is provided, containing the most recent State of the Union address. Feel free to replace or add any relevant documents to this folder. Now let's ingest these files, which involves chunking and storing them in a database for analyzing using the GPT-4All model. On the left side of Visual Studio Code, click on the ingest.py file. In the top right corner, you'll find a play button. Click it to start the ingestion process. Please note that this step may take a considerable amount of time, especially on older machines. So be patient as it runs. For me, VS Code threw several errors in this step, so if this occurs with you as well, please refer to the final chapter of this video for troubleshooting and debugging. Once the ingestion process is completed, which took about 30 seconds in my case, we're ready to run the application. On the left side of VS Code, locate and click on the file privategpt.py. In the top right corner, click the play button. After taking some time once more, it's finally time to enter a query. For example, you can ask, what does President Joe Biden currently think about the state of the USA? The answer might take a moment to generate, but it will appear shortly. Amazingly, not only will you receive the answer, but the model will also provide sources to support its reasons. However, sometimes the answer seems a bit off, but that is only because I asked a contextual question. If you use this model to analyze data from files or even sort files, it usually works at a level close to perfection. That's it, you've successfully installed PrivateGPT and set it up to run locally without requiring any internet connection. In case you encountered any issues during the installation process, don't worry. As mentioned, the next and last chapter focuses on common error messages, bugs, and general troubles. If your problem is not amongst the more common ones, please just leave a comment outlining the problem and I'm more than happy to try to answer with a fix. Alternatively, feel free to slide into my Instagram DMs, and if you're there already, please consider subscribing to be amongst the first ones. I'll provide the links in the video description. Now to the debugging and troubleshooting chapter. The first common trouble people experience is that VS Code might throw errors concerning the imports in either the ingest.py file or the privategpt.py file. To resolve this issue, go to the terminal and install the missing imports using the command pip install followed by the name of the missing module. One problem I faced was that I had Python installed on my computer, but it was a version older than 3.10. If you experience the same issue, simply go to the Python webpage and download the newest version. Then click the installation file and follow the steps. The last one rather is a misunderstanding because in previous versions of PrivateGPT, 2 language models had to be downloaded instead of the one, so do not be confused about that. And that was already it with the most common errors. If you found this tutorial helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to this channel for more informative tech and innovation content. See you in the next video.